Good morning, everyone. My name is Jody. My husband David John and I live on a small poultry farm in North Idaho. We have a small garden, but today we're going to be working on getting this area tiled for the wood stove. So as you see, I've gone around the laminate and put some blue painter's tape just to reduce the amount of mess that I potentially could make. And I'm not an expert, and don't even bother commenting in the comments. I am going to be doing this a little unconventional because when we cut the laminate, it's a little bit longer than the tile length, and we want this main area here, since this is the front door, for the lines to be straight and the same width. The far side over here is going to have a half wall on it that will, for the most part, hide the extra wide end on it, and we're fine with that. So, not an expert. This is the first time laying tile, so going to get on with getting the tile. And we did decide, instead of doing just block, we're going to do a 50% offset, so that way the seams will be staggered. So we're going to get on with getting this tile done. So we did pick up ourselves a little diamond blade tile cutter. We're going to use it to cut the two tiles in half, and mostly it's going to be used for when we do the wall, but we got a little skill tile saw, and here in a minute we're going to be cutting those two tiles in half. So here I'm going to set my rail, or attempt. And get the front side set. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that should be set. I'll have David John double check it.
Okay.
How much water does it need in it?
I would say you'd want to fill it to almost the bottom of that thingy-majiggy, a little bit more. Is there a line on there anywhere?
Not that I see.
Yeah, there is. It's on the,
oh,
a little bit more. There you go. Okay, now.
I think I've got it set, but
Let's look. Could be just a skosh this way. Let's try that. Maybe I got my line off a little teeny bit. I think that's close enough. Okay, plugged in. Might be a little full.
and that's how you cut tile. So now I gotta mix grout and start getting the floor laid. So now I'm gonna mix some mortar, and I was told about the consistency of peanut butter I am going to be doing smaller batches instead of one big bucket. Just A, so I don't have a bunch of waste, and B, I don't feel as pressured to rush through it. So let's get some mortar mixed. Oh. I think I need just a little bit more mix. Not much. That looks about right. Let me get this. So the one guy I watched said you want it so it kind of has peaks. So it's kind of like when you're baking and you're doing the meringue top, cooking. So you let it set for a minute, and the couple guys that I watched, and then they remixed it, and then they went in and applied it. So I'm going to let it sit for a minute, and then we'll go in and get tile going down. take 3. So I got all the tile down, and I did have 2 oopses, one a crack or a seam is a little wider at one end than the other, not sure why, and I did wind up accidentally cracking a corner on a tile, but I was able to reuse it back on the back wall where the hearth is going to be, so didn't lose a tile there. But there's it in, and it's that one right there that's a little wider, but most of the time a carpet will cover it. Right back there you can see, right there, that chip in the tile. But like I said, the hearth is going to cover it. And what I was meaning by the gap and doing it intentionally on this side is there's a little wider gap all the way down. So on that note, I'm going to make sure the doggy door is closed so Kiesel can't come in and lay on the cool tile and really jang it up. Go out and it's a beautiful sunny day, get some of the garden cleaned up. So I had a little oops with the, and you guys are still crooked. So I had a little oops with the compost this morning. I went to turn it and the latches popped open and it spun and dumped right out from underneath it. It was about 90% composted, so I'm going to take it and just spread it around, because hopefully tomorrow David John's going to rototill this for me as long as it doesn't rain tonight, which it doesn't look like it will. But so I'm going to get that spread and start getting these raised beds cleaned out. So I've got 3 of my 8 beds done. I've got the potato bed done. I've got the herb bed dug out. I'm going to move all the strawberries into this other bed. I haven't gotten there yet, and just do one big strawberry bed other than leaving a space, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But the premise of the landscape fabric on this bed, let me show you. Is I have, oh, look at the babies and mom, easily distracted. So I did a good layer, mixed up the soil, moved the thyme down here by the blueberry, did a good layer of pine shavings, left the oregano at that end. But my chickens, since they've been getting in here since I dug this up, they're just going to make a mess. So I put the landscape fabric over the top to prevent them. But let's look at the shade bed. And it did get some new shavings underneath the landscape fabric, and then I just added some on top, because they were really digging up that far corner. So hopefully this keeps them off it. But there's a bucket of strawberries, and my next is going to be to get this bed cleaned out, redo all the strawberries, and I will leave space along here to plant something up on the trellis next year. But as you can see, the chickens have been in here. You guys got a piece of grass or a bug. So gonna get that done and just continue working my way through. As you see, I'm kind of putting a fence around it. I figured it would be easier than the landscape fabric. Almost sealed it up and forgot that I got a chicken nest full of eggs in there that I got to collect. So let's see how many she had. There's the whole thing falls down. So she had 16 eggs in there, starting with most likely her very first one, and then the one she probably laid today or yesterday. Progression in size. So hopefully getting this fenced will encourage her hopefully into the chicken coop, probably not somewhere else. It will take being sequestered in the chicken coop this winter to train my young hens. So she started laying about the time we took all the fence off and she could get in here. Add them to the compost pile in broken form. And it may not be the prettiest fence, but it should serve its purpose to keep her out and everybody else out, give my strawberries a chance to heal back in. And if I needed another excuse to get rid of these 2 dogwood trees, they are covered in aphids. Let's see if I can. All those little black things you see, they're aphids. So definitely will be getting this guy whacked all the way back. Was hoping to wait until it was cool and rainy enough to get a fire going, but I think I'm going to have to do it sooner so it doesn't fill my garden with aphids. But Shadow's liking it. What you got there, Shadow? The bronze. Firstborn. And that is the firstborn Turkin rooster. So on that note, I'm going to get my mess cleaned up out here, and that's where I'm going to end today's adventure. We'll be back on the next one with grouting of the tile and getting rest of the, or at least another push on the raised garden beds done. So talk to you guys later. Have a good day and a good week. Bye for now. Oh, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps. Bye.